So, as we go about building relationships in terms of social affiliations, business connections, professional associations, and many other aspects of life, it is important for us to realize that relationships are input elastic. They either contract or expand according to the amounts, according to the quantum, according to the intensity, according to the frequency of inputs into the relationships. If relationships have no inputs from either side of the parties, then that relationship will grow lukewarm and eventually it will go cold. What it requires is to be stoked. It can only be stoked using inputs that may be material, inputs that may be in terms of support, that could be moral support, that could be by way of a service, support that could be actually a matter of coming in as backup to whatever activities the other side may be engaged in. Inputs are integral to the maintenance, to the growth, to the longevity of a relationship. Without inputs, you will be sure that the parties in a relationship begin to distance either from other until they are so far away from each other that they can neither see nor hear from either side. And eventually they disappear from the scene, and either side would go their own way because they would have actually failed to maintain the relationship, to perhaps fertilize and water that affiliation. It also needs nutrients. Any connections, any contacts, any links would need to be cultivated properly by providing the necessary nutrients and to water them as well so that they can continue to grow instead of either stagnating or declining and eventually wilting and progress to the irreversible stages of withering, and then you end up with no relationship. So we would need to always be looking for ways to contribute to the sustenance of a relationship. We would always need to actually find opportunities for feeding that relationship with inputs. Some inputs could be actually a matter of simply providing advice, guidance, direction. It could be a matter of supplying some intelligence concerning where certain things can be obtained from, regarding contacts that can help the other party uh, in a matter that is of concern to them. So these inputs don't have to be, big or expensive or material. They can be small. They can be things that are in the form of a service that doesn't cost the other party anything in order to actually be able to intervene in the affairs of the other party so that they feel that they are remembered, that they matter, that they have somebody covering their back. So there is need to always generate some ideas concerning ways by which as a party to a relationship, you can be considered as a source of solutions by simply looking at the situation, the status quo, the challenges, the difficulties, the sort of gaps that might be apparent on the part of the other party, and then look for solutions that you could offer so that those solutions will then become the inputs that you provide in the relationship with that party. And as long as you continue to provide those inputs, then you can be sure that the relationship will not stagnate, will not decline, but will actually grow so that both of you will actually benefit because the other party will also feel obliged to return the favors. Whenever you make an input, that input will make the recipient indebted to you so that they will be stimulated to also find some way by which they can contribute to the relationship so that relationship will continue to expand, sometimes into areas beyond the original confines and framework of the relationship. So there is always this latitude to establish ways and methods by which you can keep a relationship going.